Gold, an elusive, beautiful, yellow metal that is dense, malleable, and almost indestructible. It's always been here, and while the earth around it fades away, gold will always remain. Over the centuries, nations have been discovered by it, and kingdoms have fallen because of it. Many thousands have endured its extreme hiding places. Some succeeded, but many paid the ultimate price. I can remember when I found my first few pieces. They were discovered underwater, but I'd now become a victim of gold fever. I remember the excitement I felt when I found my first big piece of gold. My biggest piece I've ever got. Probably the smaller bits as well that are in the pan there. We spent about 5 hours. Most of this gold came from one crevice. This was the rubbish that came out of the river today. This was all out of one crevice where the gold was. Just crazy. So gold goes where the heavies go. In May of last year, going into winter, I came across an extremely rich gold deposit while I was sniping for gold in one of my new rivers. In this location, I found some of the biggest nuggets I've found even to date. I'm about done for the day because I am freezing, but we have had some success. The funny thing about this piece was that it was in a crevice that someone had cleaned out, but they hadn't pushed down into the clay enough. That's where those big ones sit. Large pickers at that. Another one here. It's a small nugget. Oh, 2.61. 2.63.
I think
Wow.
we got over. As winter set in across Tasmania, the snow had fallen and the waters were now freezing. Despite the cold, I was still finding good gold in the same location as the month before. So cold. Oh. With fingers as numb as these, even a nugget this size was hard to pick up. Oh, finally. all this snow, water. Oh, that's a decent size. .17. That's a pretty good hole. Got to be happy about that. In July of last year, I spent a good amount of time doing some detecting and trying to find my first pieces of gold. It wasn't long and I came across that first piece and I was absolutely stoked.
Hey guys, just gone looking for me mate Anthony. He's brought me out on a detecting trip and I'll show you what's happened. I'm pretty excited. Got my first piece of gold with the gold monster. But check that out. My first little bit of gold with the monster. I'm so happy. And I thought, oh, you know, it'll just be junk. But that is what came out. I cannot believe it. I'm so stoked.
I was super excited to find a larger piece sitting on flat bedrock. It was sitting under the river gravels out in the open. When you break away bedrock, you'll quite often find gold just sitting underneath. I came across this large crevice. Every time I ran the screwdriver through and cleaned out all the clay, more and more gold would fall out onto the rock behind. It just amazed me how much gold come out from this one crevice. I spent a good 15 to 20 minutes cleaning it out. I broke this piece of bedrock out, which was slotted in underneath the rock that you can see to the left there. It was holding my largest piece of gold for the day. I couldn't be more happier. Just trying to navigate all these dead trees in the lake. Bit excited. What do we got here, young Leo? Oh, all right. Look at that. That's a really coarse piece too.
I beat you.
If the camera will focus, you always beat me, boy. Why don't it focus? There we go. Really coarse little bit. That's a little picker. High fives. Yeah. We just arrived at creek number 2. Really pretty spot. Leo's over here panning away as usual. Dedicated, aren't you, boy? Alright, beautiful creek. Just go up here and have a little look. In this small crack in the bedrock, I just come across a really nice picker. As you can tell, I'm really happy about it. It's so exciting when you have to take the lid off the snuffer bottle to put your gold in. Okay, so I'm sitting on the bank of the river here, right here. Check this out. Hey everyone, I'm just out here detecting today, running my mate's SDC, and in this nice yellow clay, look what I've just come across. I'd say it might be around 0.7 or 8, it's my guess. It's my second piece of gold with the detector, so I'm pretty stoked. I've just been digging in this beautiful, beautiful grey clay, and look what we've come across. That is a beautiful nugget. G'day everybody, and welcome back to isolation at Levi's house. Like a lot of you, I've been just waiting at home for this to all blow over so we can get back out there again. We've been trying to keep busy and do as much as we can while we're at home. We've been working on our vegetable garden. We've also built the boys a small mountain bike track where we can get a bit of exercise and get out there and have a little bit of fun. We're pretty lucky where we live. We're on 5 acres, so we can get out and stretch our legs. Stay tuned for part 2 of this video. It should be coming next week, all going well, and we'll probably take a look at the total amount of gold that I've been able to find in my first 12 months of prospecting here in Tasmania. If you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. There's plenty more content that will be coming in the future. I also have Facebook and Instagram where I post more content, so you can check those out as well. Okay, so that's about all I have for you today. Until next week, stay safe and we'll see you all then.